So before I actually say shalom and enter into this video, I want to read to you Genesis 15:18 through 21. It says, "So on that day the Lord made an agreement with Abraham and said, I will give to your descendants the land between the river of Egypt and the great river Euphrates. This is the land of the Kenites, Kizinites, Cadmonites, Hittites, Pezerites, Rephites, Amorites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and Jebusites." I did not pronounce those right. But I just want to say that I stand confident in God's word, that God has promised the land to the Jewish people and that he will fulfill his promise and give the complete land to the Jewish people. And so I just want to say that in response to my last video about the situation going on in Hebron. And again, I just want to repeat my main views of the land does belong to the Jewish people. However, I believe they can live amongst the Palestinians and there doesn't need to be any human rights crises. So on that note, now we'll enter into this vlog. Shalom and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This vlog is about my day yesterday where I went to a mosque and a synagogue, and so very exciting stuff. I went to the Wadi Ara area, which is the biggest Muslim cities within the state of Israel, and they're called a triangle because they form a triangle. And they're really significant because in a lot of the peace talks, this area of Israel is actually wanting to be switched over. The people living there have Israel citizenships currently, and they do not want to have this plan come about because they want to remain Israel citizenships. But the Israel government talks about switching this area of Triangle Arab neighborhoods to become part of the West Bank in exchange for some of the settlements that are built within the West Bank area to become part of the state of Israel. So it's just very, very interesting. Yes. So I went there, and just some facts about the city. It is almost similar to Mea Shearim because on Friday prayer, which is the special Muslim day prayer, Muslims pray 5 times a day, but Friday is their special prayer day, everything closes. So just like on Shabbat in Israel, everything closes. Also similar, Friday prayer, all of the businesses shut down. It's really interesting. Also, Muslims, a lot of them, they're following Islam strictly. They do not drink alcohol. So the Wadi Ara area in Omer Fahim is a dry city and they do not sell alcohol. So that was really interesting. Anyways, I got to spend some time there with a Jewish guide and an Arab guide and leading me around these Arab neighborhoods. And then also that night I went to the old city where I went to a synagogue for a Friday Shabbat service. It's called Kabbalah Shabbat service. And then I went to the Western Wall and it was crazy. And yeah, and then I had a nice Shabbat dinner with my friends. So check this vlog out. So this is a school trip that I went on to the Wadi Ara area, which is in the north of Israel. It is along the West Bank area and the state of Israel. There is a dotted line, which we call the green line, which is the international border between the West Bank and Israel. But then there's also the fence or the wall that Israel has built within the West Bank. So this area in between is called the gray area, and the Wadi Ara is along that. And so these are just communities who live near the separation border. And Nazareth is the biggest Arab city within the state of Israel. It has 80,000 residents. Most of them are Muslims and some of them are Christians. However, the biggest Muslim village is Omer Fahim, which has 60,000 people living in it. And so Omer Fahim we visited in this trip. I have been to Nazareth before. What's interesting is some of the neighborhoods in the Wadi Ara are in the state of Israel, and some of them are in that gray area. So the neighborhoods in Israel have Israel citizenship, but just across the street, the neighborhoods in the gray area in the West Bank have Jordanian citizenship. We then went to a mosque. The tall column is called a minaret, and this is a Muslim prayer rug, and it has a compass so you know which way to face Mecca. 2 of our classmates got dressed up like Muslims, and here is the front of the mosque. It's called a mihrab, and it just again shows you which way to face Mecca. It also has the 5 times a day where you go to pray. One of the most interesting things I learned is actually about the Muslim practice of how they bury their dead. They face them sideways, also facing Mecca. After my field trip was over, we went to the Old City. We entered through Jaffa Gate. We're very dressed modestly. This is my friend Julie, who is from the Washington area. We went to Herva Synagogue, and it's a beautiful synagogue. My first time in there, and we went to the Kabbalah service, so the men are down below, and the women sit above. Here am I. This is a woman praying behind me. You're not really supposed to take pictures, especially on Shabbat, because you're not supposed to use your phone. So I was trying to be respectful and actually only take pictures if nobody was seeing me. So I was also creeping on these kids behind a bush. I thought it was just so cute how they play on Shabbat outside the synagogue. Shabbat officially starts when the sun goes down. This is a picture of the Herva Synagogue at night. And after the service, we went to the Western Wall, and this was the most favorite time I've ever visited the Western Wall. I can't believe I haven't been there on Shabbat yet. It's crazy how many people were there. It was really, really packed. Seriously, it was just crazy. So how many Jewish people go to the Western Wall to pray as the start of Shabbat? This is the men's side. So again, the men and the women's are separated. It was just so interesting to see. Look at how many people there were. After hanging around and just people watching, we exited through Damascus Gate, which is where a lot of the Jewish people exit. And this is the closest gate to their homes, and so the quickest way out of the Old City. And since they can't use transportation, they walk through this gate, and it was just basically we were following them home. But also we were walking home, and we live just past their house. So we exited Damascus Gate, which is this beautiful gate, and it was so lit up nicely. I think they're decorating actually for Ramadan with all these in the lights, but it looks so nice. And then we just went home and we cooked our very own Shabbat dinner, and it was just such a great night. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. It's so crazy the experiences I'm having in Israel. I love my time here. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!